Hundreds of them are here getting ready for their students' graduation, but what else do you see out here? Police cars. He's never had any formal training or even been around a big fire, but none of that mattered to Spencer Sheets. The moment he saw the smoke, he went into action.
We're out here right now in front of Fresno Unified School District. I want you to take a look what's happening right behind me, right in front of you guys.
She's already a two-time world-class amateur boxing champ and a Nike-sponsored athlete. But catch this, she's only 12 years old.
You can tell there's not very good visibility down here from the canal.
As you can tell behind me, there are dozens of union workers standing all day right here in front of campus.
Plastic straws may be a thing of the past in sit-down restaurants, and those supporters of the bill say plastic straws may be a bit unnecessary. Restaurant goers aren't sure how they feel about the change. Yosemite National Park is still closed until further notice.
Stay with us. We have more game day festivities going on.
Step over, go the other way. Is she scored? Go!
Fresno Police Bomb Squad uses these robots that move and record in real time to go into scenes first.
That's been me.
That is so close to what
I don't know if you could tell I was in the marching band. Sounded like a challenge, and don't worry, you guys, I'll be getting in.
You push yourself? Yep.
That's so
hang
weird.
on to the side for
And
a bit. That just helps you.
The silver lining to this entire situation is none of the animals, including 12 of the new German Shepherd puppies, none of them were hurt. However, it does seem as though this break-in was targeted and planned.
Broken glass, torn cables, and gas all over the pavement. A shocking scene Valley Animal Center employees walked into Wednesday morning after someone broke into their property.
Heartbreaking. They strategically decided to cut the chain link fence to our next door neighbors at Elaine's Pet Resort and then basically walk that fence line.
Whoever it was started here. They cut through their chain link fence. They then moved to the hose, which they cut off and would later use to siphon from their rescue van. And then they moved to their adoption truck.
They busted the lock off and broke into here, and utilizing our own hose, they decided to siphon the gas out of the tank that was right here, and then they decided to rip out the trailer's battery.
Almost $3,000 in damages.
That could have gone towards another rescue pool for saving more animals. That could have gone towards vaccinating some of our rescues, faster.
These actions may have shattered glass, but not the shelter's hope.
We're going to get both the trailer and the rescue van, hopefully fixed in the next week and a half, and we'll be ready to go out and rescue more animals very soon.
Today we're getting a closer look at Fresno Fire's Urban Search and Rescue Team as they continue their training in water rescue. Today's scenario is a vehicle stuck down into a canal, and we're diving down with them. It's no easy job, strapping into this dive equipment with almost 100 pounds of gear, diving into the swift-moving water to rescue someone trapped in a submerged car. But that's just one thing Fresno Fire's Urban Search and Rescue Team does.
We get 130 to 140 water calls a year in the city of Fresno.
Over 60 of those cars are stuck in a canal, just like this.
Everything's unprotected. There's no fences, there's no signs, there's no gates. They're just, fresh water running through the city all the time.
Learning the ropes, taking deep breaths.
Can you hear me, Christina?
We dove right in with them.
You can tell there's not very good visibility down here from the canal.
Inside of a car that was once a vital form of transportation, now transformed into what could potentially become an underwater death trap.
There's all kinds of debris in there. There's concrete, there's rebar, there's trash and debris. The water can be very unassuming.
When you're down here, especially like in this car, there's really no swimming. You're pulling, you're holding on to things.
What we learned, it takes just one wrong step or turn in these deep, murky waters.
Fresno firefighters want to remind everyone, just because the water looks inviting does not mean it's safe. Reporting in Fresno, Christina Tetreault, CBS News.
Imagine moving from place to place and school to school, working in the boiling sun to keep food on the table and a roof over your head. One family is living that reality right here in the Valley. This is a look at their journey.
Like every morning, her day starts in the kitchen. She usually wakes up at 4 a.m. and giggles that she was a little late this morning, making breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the family. Zoila Valencia runs this household, getting everything ready before the sun comes up so she, her husband, and son can leave for the day. Most of the year, the Valencias live in one of Merced County Office of Education's migrant centers in Atwater, a community of homes with subsidized rent for families who travel seasonally for work in the fields. She says they help them with money to pay for everything like rent and food. It's a mad rush most mornings, but she's not alone, getting her youngest son out of bed and checking him into the center's preschool, waking up her daughter, and dropping her at a neighbor's so they can take her to school on time. It takes a village, and everyone works together here. As her husband and son leave for work in the fields, she waits for her carpool. We now find the mom of four here, within these fields covered with rain clouds where dozens of hats shade the faces of women working tirelessly grooming sweet potato roots. They're preparing the area as well as the roots so the sweet potatoes can grow. For almost 10 hours a day, their hands don't stop. She says they have to find and take out the smallest ones because they won't grow. It's work not many want to do, but has to be done. Because they sell all of this to other areas around the world. When sweet potatoes are in season, she gets paid $11 an hour, a wage she thinks is fair, but not enough to live without help. She says when they finish work here, some years they move back to Mexico to work in a restaurant or help their family in a store. The county's Office of Education's Migrant Services Program has kept her family out of desperation as they migrate from field to field to work throughout the year. She says they help them with so much, with different things like the dentist and the doctor. They help them live here. Zoila goes as far as saying she can't imagine her life without this help. These may not seem like ideal conditions. But as mariachi music plays, you see each one of these women smiling and giggling. They're a family out here. This is a place Zoila feels at home, with less stress, where she feels like she can contribute. It's a place she gets to be outside, away from the home, and it's a place where she feels free, enjoying where she is in the moment.
The Migrant Family Services Program started nationwide in 1966 and is federally funded through Title I Part C. The Merced County Office of Education is one of the original counties in the state of California to use the program and has some years where they have served over 30,000 students at a time. If you'd like more information on their services, the number is right here on the screen. Reporting in the studio, Christina Tetreault, KC24, local news that matters.